wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Now, Charlamagne is out, but we're taking your calls, 800-585-1051. Now, Columbus Short, he got into a little, some heat and some backlash. He was on the Unqualified as F podcast, and he was talking about black women.
Do you feel like in the media today, there's a lot of demasculating of black men?
Absolutely. These women are black women, were raised by single mothers, absentee fathers that are either incarcerated, dead, or just gone.
Talk about it.
That their mama said, you don't need no you don't need no man. You can do it by yourself. So that energy comes into the home. They're not, what you talking about? Unless you giving me this, doing that. There's no respect of the man, the black man, by black women. And black women do not be mad at me.
They're going to be mad, trust me.
I'm not talking about all of y'all. I'm saying
they're going to be mad.
There's a majority of you guys that were that was raised without a father, now, so you have no respect for that.
What do you think, Jess?
I think listen, for him to be like, black women, don't be mad at me, you already know what you're getting. And then, like, now when black women respond, I don't understand, like, how men can say things like, or people say things like that. And then when we respond, like, we're angry because, for one, don't play with all of us like that. Then we're the angry black women. Like that, I don't understand that. Now, he may have attracted all of that. You get what I'm saying? And I'm not saying what he's saying is a lie, but to constantly keep highlighting the fact that women were raised by other women alone without dads, or maybe their dads were incarcerated, or maybe their dads, weren't there, walked out on the mom. Why is that your reason for not being with not being with black women if you already know the root of the problem? You feel me? Like, I'm not saying it needs to be excused, but don't go set on the show and be like, oh no, I can't, I date this race or I date this and that race. Is easier because, the root of the black woman is always, I don't need a man. That's what she was taught by her mom. If you know where it comes from, how about some therapy for it? How about you actually try to help her? Because y'all be wanting help too.
Right. See, I think I think it's a thin line between quote unquote demasculized and a slave, right? And I'm gonna tell you why. I have 4 daughters, and I teach my 4 daughters, you don't rely on anybody but yourself. Does that mean she's going to fall into place? No, she's going to make sure she's okay. A lot of times we've seen in the past that women have stayed in relationships because they had to. They let a man lead, and a man led them down the wrong path. We've seen it 1,000,001 times. I'm not going to say that happened in every situation, but we've seen it before. We've seen a woman be taken for granted. We've seen women get beat. We've seen women get mentally abused, physically abused, and all that because they follow what their parents said. Let a man lead, and that's fine. You can let whoever lead that you want. You can let a man lead, but to sit there and say that I'm supposed to tell my daughter to follow a man and make sure you depend on a man and this, that, and the other. I'm not doing that as a father. As a father, I'm telling my daughter, you create your own. You have your own. Now, in a relationship, yes, you share and you do your relationship a certain way. But if that man ever decides he's going to leave, or that man ever decides he's going to cheat on you, or he's going to be mentally or physically abusive, you don't have to stay because you are stuck. You can leave at any given moment. And that's, I don't care if you're raising a black queen, a white woman, if you're raising an Asian girl, if you're raising, it doesn't matter. I'm going to teach my daughter this, and not because I think she's better than any man. No, because I want her to have her own. Am I bad? Am I wrong for that?
No, because that's empowering as well. That's teaching her womanhood, to have dignity, to have something to stand on, to be her own backbone, so she don't depend or don't have to depend or feel like she has to depend on any man. No.
Well, let's go to the phone lines. Hello, who's this?
Yo, this is Nero from Jersey.
Nero from Jersey, talk to us. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, what Columbus Short is saying, there's a lot of truth to it.
Why you say that?
I mean, it goes deep. I mean, you got single mothers telling them that. That's true. Also, you got to look at what's going on out here with the media. They separate the black man from the black woman. You got black girl rock. They praising black women. I don't see them do that with any other race of women. They don't separate the men.
So what do you mean, like, more specifically, what do you mean the media is separating? Because, I mean, we all got common sense. We know that you know what I'm saying? Like, what you mean?
Right, but you don't see no other group, no other race, how they praise their women and they separate them from their men like they do with the black women. I don't see no white girl rock, no Asian girl rock award show, no Hispanic girl rock award show.
So
you understand what I'm saying?
But I think it's important to celebrate, especially black women, because black women haven't been represented in our community, in our culture, in our lives for years. They've been the backbones for a lot of the things that we've strived from civil, from racial, from education, from so many different things.
No,
I just think it's a shout out of respect and show them the love and support that they should have got years ago and decades ago.
I hear what you're saying, but black men and black women, we're one. We're one race. We're one together.
Absolutely.
They don't do that, but they don't do that with any other race, is what I'm saying.
But let me ask you a question, bro. You got kids by any chance?
Yes, I have a son.
Okay. If now think about this. You have a daughter. I got 4 daughters. Let's say if you had a daughter, what you going to teach your daughter? Aren't you going to teach your daughter to strive out there, have your own, just in case, so you're never stuck in a situation? You're not going to teach your daughter that, or you're going to teach your daughter, you fall in line with a man?
I'm not saying to oppress the woman.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All I'm saying is they don't look at us as a collective, as one. They try to separate us.
Okay.
That's my issue.
All right. Well, thank you for your call, brother. Hello, who's this?
You can't blame
This Vaughn.
Vaughn, what's up, brother?
From Columbus.
What's your thoughts?
What up, Envy? What up? First, let me say, what up, Envy? What up, Jess?
What up, brother?
What up, baby?
What up? I'm crazy. Y'all got me on here. Charlamagne not there. That's so crazy. But anyway, let me express my thoughts. How I feel is, you know what I mean? Like, it kind of takes me back to what, like, Chris Rock said. You know what I'm saying? Like, how the male is, like, a dog is more unconditionally loved than a black male, you know what I mean? And, like, I feel like what Columbus said was, I felt what he said, but, like, not all females. Definitely not all females. And I think that's where a lot of females are going to get mad at. Not me. I don't do that, but I'm pretty sure they probably do know someone who is like that. And another thing I want to say is, like, I think, like, nowadays, like, a lot of the roles are kind of reversed. Like, a lot of females are taking on the man role, becoming more masculine, and you know what I mean, like acting more and more just like a male.
Well, what do you consider taking on the male role?
Yeah,
what do you consider taking on the male role?
Yeah,
specific. You said what?
What do you consider taking on the male role? You said taking on the male role. What does that mean?
Well, when I say that, I mean, like, they starting to act like how we, like, like, oh, I mess with your dude, I mess with your, how, like, oh, yeah, or I'm, you know what I mean? Like, kind of giving off a masculine energy, not a male role, I want to say, but, like, giving off more masculine energy instead of feminine. You know what I mean?
I just think it would
bother. And I feel like, and I feel like another thing, like, with the females is, like, like, not all of them, but a lot of them will say, like, they'll treat you like if you don't have nothing, then you are nothing. Like, a lot of them say, like, I'm not going 50-50. Like, you need to go 100%. Oh, you ain't got to. They could be a janitor at a library. Oh, you not making stuff and stickers? I don't want you. You know what I mean? Like, so it's just, it's just, I kind of agree with what he's saying.
Well, let me ask you a question, Vaughn, and let me ask you, Jess, right? So, I was raised that, you take care of your wife. There is no 50-50. You pay for everything. You open up the doors. You do everything for your wife and your spouse. Now, in the household, of course, there's things that I do and there's things that my wife do. It is what it is. We play those roles. If I take out the trash, I do those things. My wife will do the laundry. Not to say that I can't, but those are the things my wife does, and those are the roles that we do in our household. But with my daughter, I don't teach my daughter to, quote unquote, I teach my daughter, have your own. There is no, he pays for it and he controls what happens in the house. I teach my daughters, and I got 4 of them. Now, you do your own. You have your own. You have your own. You don't got to rely on nobody. You ain't got to sit back and wait on nobody. You can do it yourself.
Facts.
You don't feel the same with that, Vaughn?
Nah, I do feel the same about that. You can definitely go get it your own, like, and with the 50-50 situation, I personally feel like whatever works best for a relationship, whatever helps y'all move forward and helps the pedals go easier, then that's how it should go. Because it might be this dude who cuts grass for a living, and he, he dates this lady who's a banker. and she really loves him, and she wants to make it work, she might have to go, you know what I'm saying, 75% until he upgrades his, you know what I'm saying, pay or whatever. But I understand what you're saying, Envy, though. Yeah, I got a daughter, too, and I tell her the same thing. Like, you don't ever need nobody.
See?
Like, you can always do it yourself.
It's almost like you're talking out of both sides of your face.
So
like
it's a little bit of contradiction.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. I want you to fall in line.
Right.
Do this, do that. Oh, I got to do it. I'm going to teach it my daughter. Nah, you ain't got to fall in line. Which one is it? Let's discuss. Columbus Short said this.
Do you feel like in the media today, there's a lot of demasculating of black men?
Absolutely. These women are black women, were raised by single mothers, absentee fathers that are either incarcerated, dead, or just gone.
Talk about it.
That their mama said, you don't need no you don't need no man. You can do it by yourself. So that energy comes into the home. They're not, what you talking about? Unless you giving me this, doing that. There's no respect of the man, the black man, by black women. And I'm not, black women, do not be mad at me.
They're going to be mad, trust me.
I'm not talking about all of y'all. I'm saying
they're going to be mad.
There's a majority of you guys that were that was raised without a father,
now,
so you have no respect for that.
We're taking your calls. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Charlamagne is out. So we're taking your calls, 800-585-1051. Now, Columbus Short said this. He was doing a podcast. The name of the podcast, let me shout them out.
Unqualified as
F. Unqualified as F podcast. And we're asking, what are your thoughts? Let's listen.
Do you feel like in the media today, there's a lot of demasculating of black men?
Absolutely. These women are black women, were raised by single mothers, absentee fathers that are either incarcerated, dead, or just gone.
Talk about it.
That their mama said, you don't need no you don't need no man. You can do it by yourself. So that energy comes into the home. They're not, what you talking about? Unless you giving me this, doing that. There's no respect of the man, the black man, by black women. And I'm not, black women, do not be mad at me.
They're going to be mad, trust me.
I'm not talking about all of y'all. I'm saying
they're going to be mad.
There's a majority of you guys that was raised without a father,
now,
so you have no respect for that.
Hello, who's this?
Kia, can you hear me?
I can hear you now, Kia. What's your thoughts, Kia?
Okay. So, first, I just want to say that I grew up in a home. So I was able to see, like, my father protect the home, protect his family, make sure they have everything they need. So I saw my parents work together as a team. Now, I don't like the fact that he said that majority of the women, because one, he hasn't met the majority. So, I would say, or the ones that he has met. But now, when I got married, I saw my husband at that time going out, just being out in the streets, not doing what they wanted. So why would I need someone like that? So I never said I needed him. But now I got married again. And now my husband is, he takes care of the home. He's my protector. He protects our family. When he's not here, I'm always like, okay, I need my husband. Like, I just don't feel safe. I don't feel protected. And he'll say, like, oh, I'm going here and there. Please stop telling people where you're going. So don't put it out on, social media that you're not here with me, because I feel protected when you are here. So my husband is my protector, my everything. I do need him. Now, previously, nah. Nah. And what's up, Jess? Sorry.
Now,
okay,
Kia, let me say this. I get what you're saying, but I think when I say things change, like the first thing I did when my daughter turned 18 was taught her how to shoot a gun. The first thing I did when I got my license to carry, I got my wife got her license to carry, and I take them to the facility all the time and show them how to shoot. Because like you said, there's gonna be times when I'm not there. There's gonna be times when I'm not there, and when I'm not there, I got 6 kids to protect. So I got to make sure my wife can protect when I'm not there, and I got to make sure that my daughter, if something happens to my wife, can protect as well. So that's not meaning that they're weak or that they're swapping roles. It just means that I want them to know just as much as Daddy knows.
Yeah.
Oh, correct. I got it. I get it. because I'm military.
Oh, okay. So you know how to shoot a gun too. So you shouldn't be that scared or that nervous regardless. Have a good one.
Things are different these days too, yo. You got men who can't handle rejection, so they killing women over being rejected.
Right.
You got things like, everybody got something going on. Like, I just hate every time we turn around, it's a black man saying that we are the most masculine. We are the reason that we can't be dated. Like, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. You know what, too, Jess? I think it's an old way of thinking about things, too.
Yeah.
Like, of course, back in the day, if we look at our parents and our grandparents, the man ran the household. Whatever that man said in that household happened. If the man wanted chicken, the woman's cooking chicken. If the man wanted this is what happened. But I think things have changed, and I think people have to understand that. And me having daughters makes me want that change even more. Like, you're not just going to tell my daughter what to do. Like, it don't work like that. She's not your slave. Like, y'all can have a conversation. If she says, okay, well, this is what I want, then y'all can have a conversation, and y'all do that. That doesn't make him weak. Yep. That doesn't make her weak. It makes it a relationship where it should be 50-50. You're not just going to abuse. When you get married to a person. You're not marrying a slave.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what I mean? And if you think my daughter is just a slave, or my daughter's just going to fall back and sit there and do what you want to do, then that's not the woman for you. That's not how I'm raising her. Hello, who's this?
This is Kizzy from Detroit.
Kizzy, what up, though?
Kizzy.
What's your thoughts?
I don't see nothing wrong with what he said. He's telling the truth,
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Why you think he's saying the truth?
Because it's true. It's true. There's no way to explain it, but it is true. And then you also got fathers out here that teach their daughters, too, that they don't need a man to, for them to be able to be successful or, take care of themselves or.
But what's wrong? What's exactly wrong with that, though? If you're a man and you're raising your daughter because what you said sounds perfectly fine.
There's nothing wrong with that. I don't. No, what I'm saying is he's telling the truth, because he also said that doesn't go for everybody. So if the shoe fits, but there's nothing wrong with raising your kids or teaching your daughters that they don't need anyone. They can do it by themselves.
Yeah, I don't think there's a problem with that. I mean, like I'm saying, I'm not saying that my daughter got to go around the world and saying she needs nobody for the rest of her life. But my thing with my kids is I just don't want them to rely on anybody, and I'm gonna teach them how to do it themselves. Like some people, their wife, their woman, their daughter, they rely on somebody else, so they're in situations where they can never leave because they feel like they need that. What I try to teach my kids and especially my daughters is how to do it on their own, how to cook, how to hunt, how to shoot, how to protect themselves. And I'm not saying that she doesn't need no man, but I just want them to make sure they have the knowledge to protect themselves when need be, and not have to always rely or be in a situation where they can't leave because they feel like they rely on that person too much.
And then also you also have to take into account like how they also have to be taught how to love as well, and a lot of these men do too.
Nah, you right.
So
you right, and that's the thing. So you got a moral of the story, Jess?
Just learn how to love.
Learn how to love,
because we've all been oppressed some type of way. And like I said, I don't fully disagree with him, but even saying the majority of women, like there are women that knows how to treat a black king and they're black queens. Like it's not. I'm just getting tired. It's just oversaturated, this conversation of black women being way too, masculine to be dated by black men. I hear it more often than I hear the other side of it.
Right.
Because there's another side too.
Correct. And I just think as a community, we got to start checking each other.
Yeah.
Like when we start seeing F-ish, we got to start checking people, women, men, all of the above. Like we just can't let things happen. Like we have to go back to that community sense where it's like, and I'm not bringing this up, but like the thing with Diddy and Cassie, right? Mm-hmm. We all know that wasn't the first time that happened, right? Can we all agree to that?
Yeah.
Right? So somebody had to see that before, and I feel like somebody should have checked Diddy early on. Somebody should have checked, and it doesn't matter if it's me, if it's my kids, if it's you or whoever. Yeah. If you see some F shit, it's okay to pull somebody on the side and be like, yo, bro, that's not it. Yo, sis, that's not it.
Yeah.
Like it's nothing wrong with that. And sometimes we got too much pride and we allow it to go on and on and on and on. But anyway. All right, Charlamagne is out. So if you want to give somebody donkey of the day, you can. Phone lines are wide open. 800-585-1051.
Wake that ass up.
In the morning.
The Breakfast Club.